Deep in the rainforests of Gabon, there are monkeys of unrivaled vibrancy. The Mandrills. Governed by the most impressive of males, the vibrant primates form huge troops, the size of which are unequaled. With such numbers comes great responsibility. One alpha male must lead from the front. But while he does, contenders lurk on the sidelines. Tensions reach boiling point as the battle of the alphas unravels. Contrasting characters collide, and the fate of the troop hangs in the balance. On the western coast of Africa rests the foliage-rich country of Gabon. Situated on the equator and flanked by the Atlantic Ocean, the African nation has a hot and humid climate. To the east lies the bountiful Lekedi Park. Here, over 800 species of tree take root, creating a wildlife paradise. One of Earth's largest primates seek shelter in the lush domain. The huge mammals are the critically endangered western lowland gorillas. Weighing up to 200 kilos, they are primarily herbivores and can consume a hefty 30 kilos of plants a day. Despite its bulky frame, this gorilla takes to the trees in the search for food. With remarkable agility, it makes short work of a 20-meter climb. Gorillas are not the only giants to survive in Gabon. The rare and elusive forest elephant also ekes out a living within the densely wooded country. As their name suggests, these giants spend much of their time deep within the forest, only venturing out into the open to drink and feed. The cooling river offers the elephants relief from the sweltering jungle. These mysterious mammals can only be found in West and Central Africa, where large areas of rainforests still exist. Gabon has become one of the last strongholds for these endangered elephants. After cooling off, a dust bath helps remove pesky parasites. These elusive mammals do not stay out in the open for long. Their forest home soon beckons. Gorillas do not have the treetops to themselves. Lekedi is alive with primate activity. The greater spot-nosed monkey is at home in the canopy. As its name suggests, its nose is its special feature. Much smaller than the hefty gorillas, these agile monkeys spend most of their time in the treetops. Their brilliant white noses are utilized to communicate in the dense forest. Vibrant faces are somewhat a trait of Gabon's primates. The mustached guinon gets its name from its unique facial hair. Gabon's rich plant life is a paradise for tree climbing specialists. Deep within the jungle, there is one colorful primate which outshines all other monkey species. The mysterious creatures are elusive and can only be found deep in the rainforest. But there is one researcher that is an expert in tracking down the colorful monkeys. For 15 years, Dr. Marie Charpentier has been tracking the primates' movements and behavior in Lekedi Park. To find the vibrant species, the team listened to radio transmitters attached to the wide-ranging monkeys. The signals are coming from deep within the forest. Home to an abundance of insects, the team must be careful where they tread. After hours of hiking through thick jungle, the transmitter signals become stronger. The team are zeroing in on their target. From over a decade of studying the elusive primates, the rangers have built up a relationship of trust with the hard-to-find species. Nearby, responding cries indicate that the team are nearing their goal. After hours of searching, the mysterious primates finally reveal themselves. the Mandrills. Reaching up to 95 centimeters in height, they are the largest of all monkeys. Flamboyant red noses and blue cheeks are characteristics only males of more than 10 years of age exhibit. A mandrill's testosterone level increases as it ages, which in turn boosts the vibrancy of their iconic red noses. As for their brilliant blue cheeks, it is in fact the monkey's uniquely uneven skin that produces the effect. Only blue light reflects off a specialized layer of collagen, giving the illusion of a radiant blue tone. It's not just the males' faces that have the unique appearance. Their rumps also possess the impressive coloring. These vivid colors act as a barometer of a male mandrill's health and rank. The most colorful of the group is often the alpha. Younger, lower-ranked males are in stark contrast to the brilliant colors of their elders. Females also strike a less impressive appearance and are only around a third of the size of a male. Dazzling colors come in useful when living in a forested habitat. When the alpha decides it's time to relocate, his brightly colored face and rump act like a beacon to his dutiful troop. Following their glowing leader, the group will travel far and wide on the hunt for food. Constantly on the move, mandrills can cover huge distances. The colorful monkeys will even stray into the open to get to the best feeding grounds. Outside of the jungle, the sheer size of the troop is evident. Not only are they the biggest monkey in the world, they also have the largest groups of all primates. It's not unheard of for mandrill troops to contain over 200 individuals. The majority of the group is made up of closely related females and their young offspring. Despite being massively outnumbered, it is the males that lead the way. It's thought that mandrills seek safety in numbers. With so many in the group, there are plenty of eyes to look out for danger. The troop's constant movement is governed by their need to find food. With plenty of mouths to feed, mandrills cover over 10 kilometers every day. Once their alpha finds a suitable foraging ground, the troop is called to a halt. Feeding can now commence. One large male has found a feast scattered on the forest floor. The monkey delicacy comes from Lekedi's fruiting trees. Mandrills are omnivorous by nature and are known to eat over 300 different kinds of food. During the dry season, when food is scarce, the adaptable primates must use their knowledge of the forest to find hidden treasures. Experienced troop members can unlock the hard shells of palm tree fruit to get to its fleshy inners. The fruity feast can be stored in specialized cheek pouches for later. Yet more sustenance can be found for those that know where to look. Nutritious roots provide the resourceful mandrills with another lifeline during the draining dry season. They may primarily stick to a vegetarian diet, but at times, mandrills will seek out carnivorous meals. A sheltering rat is this hungry primate's reward. Such predatory behavior is rare but not unheard of, especially when food is scarce. Adaptability is key to the mandrills maintaining their large troops and surviving the testing dry season. Living in such huge groups, the monkeys are not always harmonious. Bearing their sizable fangs, two young mandrills clash over feeding rights. For now, it is a mere scuffle, but with food in short supply, it could soon escalate. Sensing trouble, a large male steps into the fray. By nodding his head at the two scrappers, the adult is sending a clear message to the troublemakers. vigorous head shaking emphasizes the vivid colors of the male's intimidating face. The vibrant display soon has the desired effect. Wisely, the young mandrills settle down. Keeping the peace is all part and parcel of a male's role within the troop. As July awakens, tensions only begin to intensify. Aggressive growls echo throughout the forest. The eerie sound is the mating call of the male mandrill. During this time, some females get swollen red rumps. The change in appearance indicates that they are ready to mate. While chattering its mouth, a male inspects a potential partner. The bizarre behavior looks strange, but is in fact the best greeting a male mandrill can muster. It is their version of a welcoming smile. Constant yawning is another side effect of the mating season. A large yawn is actually a proposition. The male is exhibiting his imposing fangs to impress potential admirers. A strong set of teeth signifies good health. At this time, fights between males are inevitable. As tensions rise, two colorful mandrills square up. Armed with lethal canines, an all-out fight could be deadly. With the stakes being so high, confrontations are often resolved in a uniquely mandrill way. The brighter colored male makes a swift advance towards his aggressor. Sometimes an act of aggression is all that is needed to nullify an opponent. A mandrill's colorful face plays a crucial role during confrontations. By peering down its elongated face, a male can gauge whether it has more vivid colors than its opponent. If their adversary is deemed to have a greater complexion, they will likely concede defeat, thus avoiding any bloodshed. However, while the females remain in heat, a battle for the top position in the troop is imminent. For now, there is one alpha male that has held the coveted role for a few years. His name is Deuce. During his spell at the top, he has managed to unify the troop and has gained the trust of the females. But at 15 years of age, he is no longer in his prime. With Deuce's position ripe for the picking, a large male named Sankan has entered the troop. Always on the lookout to groom females, he is a top contender to overthrow the incumbent alpha. Sankan is not the only one to have infiltrated the troop. A male called Toronto is also making his move. He has less social grace, but makes up for his failings with aggression. Morning in Gabon hails the start of testing times. Birds are already preparing for the next generation. As for the Mandrill troop, Deuce must ready himself to take on challengers to his throne. While he remains the alpha, he must also continue to lead his group. For now, his troop obediently follow his every move. However, there are some that prefer to scuffle rather than foraging for food. Ever on duty, the devoted Deuce breaks up the squabbling juveniles. The experienced alpha works tirelessly to keep the peace. Deuce soon finds a suitable feeding ground. With the Mandrill mating season reaching its peak, the veteran alpha must constantly inspect his troop's females. For the other ambitious males, this is the best time to make their move. The brash Toronto is soon on the scene. With the males in such close proximity, a fight for dominance is inevitable. Determined to claim the coveted position, Toronto advances towards the troop's current alpha. Weary of the newcomer's attributes, Deuce concedes the high ground and eventually retreats. Victory for Toronto is short-lived. The cries of the females spurred one final charge from the veteran alpha. But his resurgence is brief. Outmatched by the younger Mandrill, Deuce is finally defeated for good. His days at the top are numbered. Toronto promptly takes command as the alpha. Deuce now faces a life in exile. While Toronto remains in power, he cannot return. As for the new alpha, he may have won the top title, but greater challenges lie ahead. Young and inexperienced, he has yet to learn how to handle his troop's females. To have a successful reign, Toronto must gain the trust of his group. With the majority of the troop being made up of blood-related females, it is the ladies that decide how easy the new alpha's reign will be. Constantly grooming each other, they are a tight-knit bunch. Together, they take turns looking after the troop's youngest members. The females' bond is strong, and they do not always take kindly to newcomers. If Toronto wants to remain the troop's alpha, he must improve his social skills. While the new leader tries to assert his dominance by force, the lower-ranked Sankan is taking a more subtle approach. The females of the troop are far more welcoming to the more social male. Gently, Sankan grooms those that greet him. In contrast, the heavy-handed Toronto has yet to master his social skills. The lower-ranked male's gentle approach is proving far more fruitful. Sankan may be young, but he is a hit with the ladies. However, this newfound popularity does not go down well with everyone. Toronto will not stand by and watch Sankan gain the trust of his troop. With tensions reaching boiling point, the females and juveniles become more and more skittish. And for good reason. Toronto is marching on his popular contender. Equally matched in both size and vivid colors, the pair are reluctant to fight. Tensions are high, but the two resist engaging in battle. For now. As the mating season progresses, Toronto maintains contact with his rival. Whenever Sankan feeds, Toronto reminds him of his dominance. Intimidated by the aggressive alpha, Sankan is the first to back down. With the mating season reaching its peak any day now, It is only a matter of time until the two come to blows. If Toronto is to maintain his rank, he must force his opponent out. For good. The alpha decides that violence is the only remaining option. Dropping to his haunches, Sanken admits defeat. The two Mandrills were equally matched, but Toronto's determination to keep his role won the day. After losing the battle, Sanken retreats deep into the forest. Toronto may have rid himself of his main rival, but he has yet to win the affection of his troop. It appears victory has done little to improve his popularity. The females are still fearful of the fierce alpha. Even when Toronto grooms his troop, they flee, given half a chance. His tendency to use force is unlikely to win him any favors in the long run. Toronto's lack of popularity has left the alpha vulnerable. A contender to his throne has emerged from the jungle. It is the recently defeated Sanken. Returning to a group is not uncommon in Mandrill society. He may have been beaten, but his popularity has not faded. The troop's females are quick to greet the returning male. Sanken's grooming is embraced. In fact, an orderly queue is formed. In contrast, Toronto continues to govern with aggression. The return of the ever-popular Sanken only highlights the current alpha's failings. Becoming unpopular can be devastating in Mandrill society. A nearby troop's alpha has a similar approach to Toronto's aggressive reign. After suffering under a violent rule, the females took their fate into their own hands. Together they decided to overthrow their unpopular alpha. If Toronto wants to avoid a similar fate, he must change his hostile ways. Sanken's ability to win the trust of the troop is a smart tactic. But again, his popularity has put him in the crosshairs of Toronto. The more timid Mandrill cowers from the aggressive alpha. Sanken is again in danger of being forced away from the troop. However, the females have had enough of Toronto's tyrannical regime. As a united front, they charge their ferocious alpha. The tightly bonded females are becoming the masters of their own fate. A sudden uprising has taken the tyrant alpha by surprise. For Sanken, it is now or never. Buoyed by his female allies, the would-be alpha charges into the fray. Outnumbered, Toronto makes a hasty retreat. After chasing off the tyrant, Sanken returns to claim his position as the alpha. It turns out that in the world of the Mandrill, it is the strongly bonded females that hold the true power. Sanken's ability to win their trust changed the tide of war. In Mandrill society, kindness can often overcome aggression. It has been a week since Sanken achieved top rank. The new alpha has a constant entourage of females. With his troop in tow, Sanken finds the best feeding grounds. Watching over the females, the new alpha has developed into a strong leader. After a grassy feast, the troop head back into the forest. Now he is the alpha, Sanken has secured mating rights. the troop have welcomed in plenty of new members. Together, the females will care for their precious newborns. For now, the inquisitive infants can afford to play. However, within just 2 years, these tiny mandrills will begin their journey to climb to the top of the social ladder. As for Sanken, his journey is now complete. Next year, he will have plenty of his own offspring to continue his bloodline. In Gabon's bountiful rainforests, the vivid color of the mandrills shines bright. Under the cover of the rainforest, one troop undertook an epic journey. With room for only a single alpha, the brightly colored males engaged in a brutal power struggle. A mixture of intimidation and force seemed to have won the day. But there was one male that chose a more gentle approach. While Toronto's tyrannical reign saw his popularity plummet, Sanken's kind nature won the trust of the group's females. As a united front, the troop turned on their aggressive alpha, dethroning the monkey tyrant. In the battle of the colorful males, it was in fact the closely bonded females that decided the victor. Kindness prevailed over aggression, and Sanken was installed as the new and popular alpha. With a new leader at the helm, the future of the troop is bright.